Hello, it's a late November evening here in the forest garden, and I really wanted to show you what I was up to this afternoon and this evening to give you an idea of the types of jobs I'm doing in the forest garden this time of year. This is completely improvised and unscripted, as all my videos are, of course. I shall do it in one take. It'll be too dark to record anything in about 15 minutes. But I just whipped out my mobile telephone to show you what I'm up to. These here are a range of willow trees I planted 6 years ago. There's golden willow and purple willow, goat willow, which is a bit of a mistake, and mystery willow trees I can't remember. And they serve many functions here. Partly they're a good hedge to deter the deer from jumping through. The catkins are wonderful pollen and nectar for bees. Good habitat. And at the moment I am coppicing them right down to the ground because they've got high enough for my liking, and they will re-sprout again and probably be almost as high in a couple of years. Another reason they are down here is because all the rainwater runs down this way, and the willows are a good way of stabilizing the soil down here and soaking up a lot of the water. They love it where the ground is swampy. I'm cutting off, I want to make you dizzy, I'm cutting off all the brashy bits just here and building a wattle fence that I'll show you in a moment. And then I'm leaving the thick trunks in situ for now. And when I start my chainsaw up in a couple of weeks, I'll just lop these down into logs and then dry them over the winter, and they'll be ready to burn next year. It seems that with firewood, the growing time is directly proportional to the burning time. For example, oak grows very slowly, burns very slowly. Willow grows very fast, burns very fast. I'm using my Silky pruning saw. That's the brand name, Silky. They're brilliant. And I'm just cutting off all those bits, and then I'm dragging them up to the top here. And what I'm doing here is, because this is mostly at this south end of the forest garden, it's mostly where I grow all the tender salady thing and a few of the annuals, and they are the things that the geese are particularly interested in. And so far I've been trying to deter them with this garden wire, because they don't like tripping over it, but it's just too much work to keep putting it around all the individual beds here. Incidentally, this is Yacon, related to the daisy. It's still flowering despite the recent frosts. It'll be time to dig it up soon and taste those sweet, crunchy pear-like roots again. But less about that for now. The geese are particularly attacking this Dorbenton's kale just there, the perennial kale. Where are they? Monsters. Oh, they know that we're talking about them, look. Can you see them? Yeah, they're keeping their distance. I'm not happy with them. And this is the last hour's work. I'm building a wattle type fence along here. Oh, yeah, all right, girls. Don't know if you can see. It's going quite well. It only needs to be about a foot high to keep them out. And I have used hazel stakes. I've used hazel because I had a few hazel sticks left over from a job I was doing last week, cutting them out a hedge. And the reason I've used hazel as the stake in between is because if I were to hammer willow stakes into the ground, it's quite likely they would sprout and form new willow trees, as willow tends to do. So that's hazel stakes with the willow woven between it. And it probably won't last more than a couple of years. It'll rot away, which is good. It'll create habitat for creatures and then become part of the ground and the biomass. But by that time, I will have planted lots of cuttings along there and made a miniature hedge of some sort. So, once again, I've used far too many words, but that gives you an idea of what I'm up to this week in November. Look at them. Bedtime, I think, girls. Off to bed with you. Go on. Put some grain in your bucket. Help yourself to grain. All right. Just the telephone. Okay. Nice to see you. In a strange sort of way. Bye.